Greetings, everyone. I'm the delicious and mythical griffinmuffin. I just have to check if my mic is working. Yep, I had some technical issues at the start. That's why I'm a little bit late. Not that anyone cares. Hello, and welcome to another night in playing some Esoteric Ebb. We have joined in at a very interesting time. Well, we've started at a very interesting time because... So last time I was playing, we got a lot of evidence towards like what happened with the tea shop. Now, if you're joining in for the first time with this series of videos or streams, whatever, basically we're investigating the explosion of a tea shop. We're a cleric, and they're like someone who's like, it kind of sounds like they're a cop a little bit, and we're investigating that. I'm just gonna get back to Twitch. Why am I not? Well, that sucks. Come on. That's not what I wanted. Come on. Not that. Apologies. I don't know why it's not. Oh, that's why. Sorry, more technical issues. Give me a second. Will it come up now? Yes, it's coming up now. Cool. So that's open. Wonderful. Let's start again. So we've just booted up, and yeah, we're just waiting on. Man, something's not right. It doesn't matter. Should be okay. Let's start off with something interesting. There's this little thought cabinet happening over here, so let's give that a poke around. Take root. So, you took the bird's papers, made him stick around with the snakes. It was a tough decision. Sure hope so. Look, it's time to establish some baseline, okay? First of all, immigration is good. What? Immigration. It's a net positive for a modern society like Norvik. Yes, it's true, but what's that got to do with freedom of movement? It's literally the most fundamental policy of the Free Strider bloc. Ah, this is about Free Striders, okay. In the real old days, the only people with resources to travel would be the aristocrats of societies. In the real early days, that'd be the top dragon servant, the top slaves. Then, during the last few centuries, that got changed. The average person suddenly got the ability to move. On a societal scale, sure, but also in a geographic sense. Each of the Arcanist splinters dealt with it in different ways, but in general, especially once the Coast War broke out for real, and the borders got real tight, a shoot, on-site type policy wasn't uncommon. And that shit. Real shit. Agreed, borders are bullshit. Real bullshit. Let's get over the facts. Let's go over the facts. The number one cause of starvation, poverty, and economically related suffering is the generic lack of prosperity. Historically, it's understandable why peasants and kings, or early Arcanists, didn't really get this, because they just didn't have any reference point. If things were always terrible, you wouldn't even know what good is, right? Then comes industry, mass production, both esoteric stuff, access to free food, healing services, teleportation, and the fundamentals, textile factories, metal refining, and transportation. All of it giving way to an unprecedented amount of prosperity for everyone. It's like cheating in the economy. Everybody gets rich all of a sudden, even the old aristocrats. So then you have the question of nation states, of borders. You can make an argument that freedom of movement goes against certain ideals of nationalism, sure. You can't completely lock your people away from others. You can't stay out of the global trade. You lose that authoritarian touch. Authoritarian, there we go. In return, you get a supra-magical economic boost, one that helps everyone. You know those Asgirls that hate free-striderism so much? This is the point where they all shut the fuck up and sit down. Because Asgirlism didn't make anything better. not anywhere near the degree that opening the markets did. And locking down your borders, not allowing trade, people, labor, goods, and services to flow at the behest of the benevolent invisible hand. That's literally the arbitrary. That's literally like arbitrarily making your people, all your people, objectively less wealthy and probably a lot hungrier, just for some dumb ego trip. Thus, immigration is fucking great. And anyone who disagrees is a fucking idiot. Okay, so what choices do we have here? You have convinced me. I will now allow strangers to come into my life and in my apartment. Yes, immigration is great and helps us fill out the ranks of the increasingly growing Norvikian industries. Immigration is amazing, but only for Falkarian reasons. We should help people in need by sharing our wealth. Immigration is in balanced amounts is great, but too much it'll create strife and cultural clashes. Ugh, no, not that one. Immigration is a tool of the bourgeois, used to slow down wage increases and dilute working class solidarity. Wow, big Asgel brain man over there, using fancy words and everything. I gained XP for it, excellent. The working class has been systematically lifted out of extreme poverty, all thanks to this so oppressive capital. After the Coast War, there were two roads. One led to them all turning back into peasants. The other, incredible industrial prosperity. You're on the second road now, and the Asgars want to drag you kicking and screaming into the first. So yeah, anyway. Making drummer stay when he clearly wanted to get out? Shit move. Just a straight up asshole move. But you could clearly learn a lot from that bird. He's got that infectious paranoia about him. Oh shit, your stomach's upset. The bird. Yeah? The bird is a survivor. That is his legacy. More than that, he really had one hell of a way to handle himself. Ignoring the shitty escape attempt, you saw how he danced around all your questions? Seriously, maybe it's a racial thing, but he read the room just as well as he recorded those voices. Honestly, both of those are damn true. Take any lesson you want from him. That bird's got game. And remember, immigration is good. Okay, so we've got three possible things that are going to come out of this, I think. So I wonder... Okay. Tell me more about infectious paranoia. Be ready for anything. The world could fall apart any second. The walls could implode, your dreams shattered. When that happens, you get ready to run. Leave the city in a crate. Ship yourself to Heishi. Whatever it takes to get away from those and those pesky consequences. Advantage on initiative rolls. Pretty good. Pretty good. Survival of the fittest. You live through it all. Advantage on death saving throws. Pretty good. Reading the room. You want to say the right thing, right? Make the right choice? Yeah. Might help to have a quick glance around the room first. Advantage on behold checks. All of those are pretty good things to do. But we know them now, so let's go. Go for it. So, scroll up again. Infectious paranoia, advantage on initiative rolls. Advantage on death saving throws. And then advantage on behold checks. Now, behold checks, they're cool and all, and we saw in the last episode how behold checks can really bring some interesting stuff into the story, because if you get like really good behold stuff, then you can unlock stuff for the narrative for that character. But is it really something to invest like a thought cabinet sort of feature for? Something like advantage on death saving throws, however, that's pretty good. Save me in a pinch. I do like initiative on initiative rolls, though. There have been so many times in this series where I've gone dead last and it's caused so many problems. So I think infectious paranoia. This will honestly keep you alive. Real smart choice. Stop thinking about this. Alright, and we're back into things. And I swear there's another one that had gone off. Oh, no. That's the Democratic Herald one. Yeah. And I think I've searched everything in this room. Door to the port. Wow, they barred this tight. What's in here? There's a bunch of coins hidden in this grain sack. Why can't I get to it? Strange. I don't think there's anything else for me to interact with in here. I'm out. But it was cool how we found the tea shop owner in that crate. Don't really know what will happen from here. And I can't really get over to there. Can I? No. Okay. Alright, so that's the Free Strider place. Now, we still need to find Frank, son of Frank. And the main obstacle we have is that we can't go into the city deeper. He's definitely gone into the deeper into the city, into the city below, and we haven't had a way to do that. Let's just check up. Kraid had an encounter with a human in yellow who was looking for a secret door to further below. Freelance hag, so that's another thing we need to investigate as well, because a part of the tea shop is that the elf had a friend with a hag and was a part of the Free Striders. Since you're a part of the AR trading Riviera, alright, I gotta do that. So I gotta find the secret editor as well of the Asgals. There's a lot to do. Have I been in here yet? Opens at sundown. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff now that we need to do. Oh, and there's also the Sphinx. I've done the Lost Mines of Tul Arman. Primal Kin is done. I need to get my book back. Snur Appledent has asked you to retrieve a rare copy of Civitix's Books of the Mind, somewhere in the dungeons below. You've encountered a corpse in the Lich House, seems fresh and ready to revivify. Almost a month's worth of rent. Here it is. If you solve it, you will gain access to a vault. Are you up to the challenge? So... yep, more assassin stuff. Crypt Keeper I solved. River Takey. Someone must have pushed you in. There's a lot of stuff, little loose ends we could investigate today. I just don't really know where to start. I guess we could just walk around and see if anything kind of pops out. Let's go along further in here. Where's this go again? Goblin Garden? No, don't need to go there. Drunk Sphinx. This will take us back up to... Norvik, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and it's raining. Shit. We could do some more Speak with Animals and see if anyone reveals something. That too. Hey, it's this guy. A somewhat mysterious dwarf. Oops, I accidentally trifled him. Oh, they're hiding from the rain. Oh, hey. Alright. Anything else along in here that I can remember? No. I feel like I just really need to... I'll talk to the duck. See if the duck... Because we can also look into... Because I need to pass the time now so that we can... I feel like a lot of the stuff that we need to do is all on night shift, basically. Alright, let's do it. Pretty good. He is off duty, but whenever duty that is, it is everlasting. The Iron Tin Can Knight, man, dude, does not acknowledge your presence. He's ready for more of your questions. Who are you? He is silent for a while. You feel a light breeze pass through your armor. A draft? Perhaps there's a secret door here somewhere. The duck. Excuse me? I am the duck. That's wild. You should be proud of your name. The knight does not respond. He does not wish to share more. Alright, so that's that basically. Some type of crypt key is needed here. I bet the duck has it. What's in this? The ballot boxes are now ready for the election. Can I put my vote in early? No way. They'll obviously make sure they're empty before they start up the process. They won't. But still, let's not. What's this statue back here? Grand wood carving of Earth, father of Norvik. You stare at the wondrous wood carving, a depiction of Earth at its greatest, a true man. However, you notice a message carved into the base of the art piece. This is not of the artist's intention. It says, Goblin was here. Heresy. What kind of ingrate would defile a sacred object? Heh. Seems like Goblin's at work again. Goblin was here? Vandalization. Terrible to see. If you've been here, you would have stopped it, surely. Either way, you must become stronger to stop this disintegration of society from spreading. Famous artist, that guy. Never seen him. But you've definitely seen his work. A bit rude just to carve his name onto the statue like that, but he's known to be a bit of a dick swinger. If I meet this Goblin fellow, I will personally destroy him. It's not a big deal. Doesn't matter. Really? Yeah, it's an old monument, it's fine. The past is past. He squints at you and nods. Sure. Goblin is an artist. He's technically wanted in most districts, but no one ever knows if he's real. Maybe it might be a dozen little guys running around with paint and carving tools. Who knows? What do you think about the statue of my god, Snell? Real human culture here. Ooh, no. We've established that Snell does not like what the humans did to his culture, so I should try and remove that message. You should. It's only right for the cleric to clean up such a mess. You should be worried about the work involved here. You'd have to take that carving knife by the candles and... Mika's here! Does this really have to be a sleight of hand thing? Can't I use the power of my faith or something? What are you gonna do? Close your eyes and pray? If you want to clean this old wooden thing up, you've got to handle it very carefully. No. Prayer does not work. Just put your trust into Earth. Put your trust into Earth, and he will guide you. Trust your faith. You believe! Oh, nat 20! I didn't even need it! You start working, picking up the tiny carving knife, the same that was used to scratch the wood. You clean up this real quick. With dexterous fingers, you precisely carve a layer off the statue. Within a few minutes, the message is entirely gone! Glorious. Wonderful work. Hanging on to a dead god. It's sad. Sad? It's a tragedy. But that does not mean we can't forget his legacy. Fine craftsmanship is what it is. You could have been a woodcarver in another life. If it was, anyway, a lucrative career, that is. Looks much better now. Oh yes, you're cleaning the world one message at a time. My work here is done. Okay, so... nothing here. That's a disappointment. Alright. Anything around here? I'll go see Eta, see if there's anything I can do there. This is supposed to be my home at the end of it, so maybe there's something happening there. Cleric. She is still working on detailed notes, her halo spinning slowly around her head. Get to know her better. You will falter. Before the steps of divinity, your manhood crumbles, and as you ask about Religion. Oh, disadvantage because Snell's watching. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day, Aita. Is there anything else I can do here? That's my little thing. Nothing here. Alright. Alright. I can't go to the drunk sphinx. Hey, what's that? I can't reach this from here. Oh, is that the... I think I know what that is. Oh! Hey, it's these guys. Hey. The boys greet you with a hesitant collective grunt and mumble. Oh, the kid mouths and glares at you. He's terrified. What are you doing here? I'm here to fuck you guys up. What? He looks to his buddies with wide eyes. A joke. Oh, okay. We're actually just about to hold a meeting. Could you leave? No. You see him nervously glance to his friends who sit quietly, attempting to not meet your gaze. It's just, look, you really screwed us over on Water Lane. We worked really hard to put a stop to that illegal newspaper. For the city! You stole from them and tried to burn their hard work. We seized contraband, more like. Now look, we're gonna start the meeting. Don't interrupt. He glares at Snell for a second. Alright, Norvikian Resistance members. Thank you for attending today's meeting. Important meeting. Shut up, Goblin, says the lanky kid that sparks a tiny fire from his hands. He laughs. You think you look cool doing that? Damn child. The magic boy clears his... Is that the magic boy? The goth one? I can only guess. Esoteric Initiate Earth Nissa here. The large one stands up and raises his fist into the air. Sten Busken! Yes! Don't shout, the quiet kid mutters. I'm here. Roll. He gives a nervous look to you, then he mutters. Master of Whisperers. Your companion stifles a laugh. I told you it was a bad title. It should be First Spy. No, that sounds like a magazine protagonist. And Master of Whisperers, doesn't it? Doesn't? It was the official title of Earth Spy Master. Do I look like a master? He hisses, then goes quiet once more. Rollo awkwardly clears his throat. Also present is the visiting Lord Cleric and his helper. Oh, I'm the help, am I? Look at the bottles in the corner. They've been drinking. You're the best help, Snell. Don't you give up. Don't you worry. Thank you, Cleric, he says with a tired expression. You boys haven't been drinking, have you? Rollo laughs. I wonder why I got health for that. Then shrugs with a wry smirk. I mean, if you have, I'll kill you? Jesus Christ. Drinking is extremely unlawful behavior. What? No, it's not. But his eyes say, isn't it? No, it's not. Sten looks around, looking... What is that word? Fort Vivlad. Dwarvish word meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria brought on from mental pain. Nissa gives him a mean look. Scare them honorably straight. It's strictly prohibited for Earthguard to drink. We're not Earthguard. He turns to face the gothic boy. Not yet. Rollo holds up his hands and mumbles. Look, we're not drinking. We're on serious business. Yeah, Sten exclaims. We couldn't afford to anyhow. Shut up, Sten. Your companion rubs his temples. This is a joke, right? No! Cleric, we may not be many right here, but there are tons of members of the Norvikian resistance around the city. This is a serious political movement. He gives the three other kids a nervous look. I mean, we're getting there. He claps his fist to his chest. Meeting begins! The large boy cheers. Sweet, when do we go home? Home? No, There's not much to talk about, though, right? Yeah, my dad doesn't like it when I stay out like this. Come on, you guys, the election's just around the frickin' corner. And I've got a mission. Big mission. Like, actually. Mission? Do you mean like a quest? Yes, exactly, a quest. I've reached word from our contact. You know, the short guy with the weird beard. A halfling or dwarf? No, just a short human. A resistance movement member? Yeah. We don't have too much info on the other groups, but there's this guy we call Shield Guard. He's in the palace. Probably a cleric. He knew magic and stuff. They sure tell you a lot for a secretive organization. Amateurs. What are your orders? Just like he told us about the chant being printed here on Tolstad, this time he lets us know about another problem. An even bigger threat. Capitalism? No, well, kind of? Gender inequity? No! The lack of religious fervor in the populace? No, but also, yeah, but no. Lovers pox? What? No. Racism? No. Although hatred against humans is a big issue. Ugh. Am I just gonna go through all of them? The disillusionment of the youth? No. Free Striders? No, wait, yes! Yes, it's the Free Striders! I knew it! He told me that the Ascani Reed's Trade Company, that's a Free Strider company. They apparently have some very important documents hidden in their offices on Water Lane. Specifically, a contract for a deal called the Harbor Accords. He wants us to... No, actually, he didn't specify what we should do. He never really does. But he strongly implied that we should seize it, for the state. But you know, without being detected. Stealthily. He wants you to steal from a Free Strider company. He wants us to seize it, stealthily. What do you know about the building? I heard it's guarded pretty heavily. They've got a hippogriff on the roof. Griffin. It's a griffin. Griffin is the common spelling in Norvik, although griffin, griffon, and griffin... Yes, I know quite a lot about why there's so many different spellings of it, and to put it very simply, it's just regional shit. Can appear in various places across the Dimenorian lands. Whatever. Don't think there's magical locks, though. That's actually hard. That's usually hard for places with a lot of movement going on. The goblin squints. You sure know a lot about security, kid. In response, the kid looks around. My brother works at a locksmith. He does arcane locks sometimes. What are you planning to do? He thinks for a second. We just need to sneak in when it's dark. Locate the safe and crack it. Oh, I think there was a safe in the warehouse. It's apparently hidden behind a mirror. The info wasn't very specific, but hey, how many mirrors can they have, right? The boys sit silently and intensely glare at the roller mill. Like I said, Dad doesn't want me out on the streets at night, so I'm gonna skip. Isn't stealing illegal? Yes, Stan, it is. Don't be pussies. Their leader gives a frustrated groan. This is the real deal. We can make a difference. Rollo, I don't think it's a good idea. You know what the Free Striders do. Oh yeah, litigation, litigation, litigation. I agree, it's a bad idea. Damn it. He turns to you and opens his mouth, then he closes it and shakes his head. Well, screw it. We'll make up some excuse. That sucks. Unless, he says and gestures towards you, unless the cleric here wants to do it. Then sure, we'll skip. Ooh, so I was on the subreddit the other day. Apparently the underline pieces of dialogue is like, it will drastically change like the thing of the story going forward if you do that. What did you say that Free Starter contract was? It's Ascani Reed's Trade Company. It's on Water Lane View, next to the warehouse and the bookbinder. Yeah, that. Seems like they've gotten in a safe or something, probably hidden. But I believe in you. Your companion rubs his eyes. He's trying not to comment with all of his strength. I don't want to help him. I hate these guys. This is an illegal organization conspiring against the city. The large kid perks up. The quiet kid glances between you and Rollo. The lanky kid spawns a weak spark in his hand, looking nervous. What? No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. But either way, you can't. You're leaving. One way or another. Make us. Your companion takes a step back. Get him, champ. No, pretty decent initiative. The fucking goth goes first. The big kid mutters as he gets up from his seat. We're doing this? The flame lights up in his hand. Weak magic, but still dangerous. The quiet kid looks around and sees a stick. I knew this would happen, he mutters and swings it behind you. Oh man, I'm not on full health. Oh shit. You don't get to just come here and tell us what to do. You're an agent of corruption. The city doesn't need you. He steps forward with a roar and takes a swing at you, missing completely. You tremble. These violent youths surround you. You must be careful. I am pretty good with wisdom. Yes! Look at them. Look at these poor boys, lost in a whirlwind of pain, of abandonment. They're not that different from me. You would have been here if your path was a little less silver spoony. Show them you care, and it will be good. Pause. A second. Oh? You're done? Do you give in? Kid. I know what you want to do, what's best for the city. I do too. And you clearly believe in yourselves here, but you need to make a decision. Are you speaking to him or yourself? What decision? The adrenaline is wearing off. Each of them, their hearts beating, legs weak. They are frightened. You can let them continue on their search for meaning, or grant them a way out. Show them the way. I apologize for this. I'll write you a recommendation each. Go join the Earth Guard. What? The lanky kid gasps for air. Yeah, what? Go serve your city, Rollo. From within. That's the best way to create change. With my recommendation, you've got a foot in the door. What? The blonde kid looks at you with confused, darting eyes. It has not sunk in yet. Yeah, you'd get fast-tracked into training. The kid mutters to himself. Intense fear suddenly washes over him. But that's... And you could be a cleric one day. The lanky boy begins to speak, but stops himself. He realizes you are correct, and he appears frightened over the possibility. Take out some paper, write them out, an official recommendation. They look stunned as you hand over the papers to them. Are you serious? Earthguard? Isn't that clerics? Lots of different Earthguard, from street watchers to equestrians. You'd make a great wall enforcer, big guy. Oh, wall enforcer? Like, with armor? Huh. I only thought nobles could be equestrians. Equestrian Earthguard members trained in horsemanship, yeah, obviously with the name like equestrian, sometimes referred to as the Knights of Norvik. They are few in number but function as elite soldiers, usually dealing in politics of the palace or sent to deal with high-level situations. They also do work as foreign delegates, and most of them are nobles for entirely honorable reasons. No, they changed that. Read about it in the paper. Read about it in the paper. Though being a street watcher seems like a bit of a shit job. Street Watcher, the most basic type of Earthguard member trained to patrol the streets, deal with petty crimes, and generally the acts of the law in everyday life of the streets of Norvik. They are led by the Top Watchers. Top Watcher, high-ranking Earthguard member working as a leader. Unit, Street Watchers, many of them are low-ranking clerics in order to leverage magic in their criminal investigations. This is the rank you aimed for, but getting scooped up by tower politics. So this is... The boys will make fine warriors. I don't like how strength said they will make fine warriors. Does that mean they'll be bad? Of course, if you fail, they might reject the whole idea. Want to get rid of them? Just appeal to their dreams. Just trust them to make a decision themselves. Oh. Oh, brilliant! These boys are idiots. But they're stubborn idiots. Perfect for boot camp. Just make it clear that they can do all of their political bullshit from inside the system. It's time for you to put your beliefs to the test, boys. They all look at you. The system is broken. but it can only be fixed with those with power. Power within the city itself. You want us to... I need you to join the Earth Guard. That's the only way you'll ever get influence to change the city. I can't just... I guess I could? Dad would be happy if I got a stable job. Yeah, it's not such a bad idea. Do we get armor? Tap him on the shoulder. As much armor as you can carry. Hell yeah! Be careful. If you don't want them running off and joining straight away, that is, your quest will be failed if you send them off. Oh. Interesting. Go right away. The Earth Guard awaits to get rid of them. Your quest will be failed if you send them off. What quest? I don't want these guys around, though. Like, I want them gone. Okay. Fine. You guys want to go? I'll become a cleric. Isn't that really hard? I could do it. Huh, right. I guess so? I'm gonna get some armor. Awesome! Just head to the recruitment office into the palace. Alright. See you there, cleric. One by one, they shuffle out of the roller mill with nervous expressions on their faces. Let's hope they do well in training. Alright. Well, I don't know what will come of that. I'm curious. Ooh. Good. I was worried I was going to get some nationalist stuff as a result of that, but I did not. Site safety rules. Yep. Let's go up here. See if there's anything up here. Ah, yep. This is where. Yep. Cool. I don't really know. Looks like there's something down there I can get to. Help! Nothing really down. I thought I could teleport. That'd be neat. Alright. Oh, there's a... That's where I... Yep. Let's go down. Oh, this is the teleporting thing. Climb the ladder again. Let's go. Oh, locked door, still locked. Ah. Let's go, Meek. Come on, Meek! I'll use a shot of jaw. Come on. Another shot of jaw. Yes, finally. Your fingers work the mechanism with precision. Click, click, click. The lock gives way. The door wings. Words tonight. Seriously. You see nothing but black beyond. Complete, utter darkness. Can't see a damn thing in here. Is this dungeon? The scarf's eye slops around your head. No, not dungeon. No traps here. Cast dancing light. Your light cuts through the gloom. The storage chamber reveals itself. Broken crates, scattered papers, a mess of abandoned equipment. Someone left in a hurry. You notice the ceiling. Several glowstones lie shattered on the floor. The explosion, it must have shaken them loose. Push forward. You wade through the debris. This place has been abandoned for some time. Dust covers everything. What a dump. Meek smells old human scent. Very old. You sift through papers and crates. Most of it worthless, old receipts and inventory lists. But then you find something. A notice, official letterhead. Notice of termination, collective action violation. You scan the text. The roller mill owner fired everyone. They tried to form an Asgal union. Oh. All workers dismissed, effective immediately. Ugh, brutal. Human boss Big was mean! That explains why this place is empty. The owner shut down rather than deal with organized labor. Good, unions are troublemakers. The workers deserve better. They did. but the world rarely gives people what they deserve. Tale as old as time, or at least as old as factory work. It's bourgeoisie bullshit all the way to the top. Oh, Snell is correct, sadly. Hells yeah, love me some bourgeoisie bullshit. He shakes his head. Ignore me, I'm getting tired here. You continue deeper into the chamber. At the back, you find an office. I wonder why there's no thing happening. It's just like a black thing. I don't know. Disappointing. The owner's private space. Check the desk. Old papers, ledgers, more termination notices. And then a drawer. Locked, but poorly. The drawer slides open with a snap. Inside lies a smooth stone, one with several faces adorned on its side. Smooth stone with several faces adorned on its side. Okay. It pulses faintly with esoteric energy, a magic item. Yes! Oh, a sending pebble. You pick it up carefully. Sending pebble, a magic item capable of casting a weak version of the sending spell, only reaching targets within a kilometer. Due to it not requiring a receiving magic item, unlike a regular sending stone, it is exceedingly expensive and rare. Useful tool. Very useful. You slip the pebble into your pouch. Time to leave. This place is giving all it can. I'm not finding anything else here. Let's go. Meek will find exit! Come on! Come! You make your way back through the darkness. What a lovely delve. That is interesting, though. I've got a sending pebble. You hold up the pebble. Please don't bother anyone with that, cleric. You think about who you could send a message to. Oh my god. Send a message to someone. There are a few targets you have in mind. I think it's targets. It's meant to say targets. Send a message to Aeta. Hey Aeta, what are you doing? Hi, Lady Sageleaf, I'm working on the tea shop. Just want to check in and let you know everything's all good. Whose Ols is? Rick Spitter. Hey, any news? Send a message to Viscount. It's the cleric. I'm just sending here to let you know I've got a purple of sending. Cool, huh? Hello, Miss Merchant. Can you... Now it's pretty cool. Anyway, do you have any new wares? They're all ridiculous. Who is Rick Spitter? I don't remember who that person is. Does it have only a certain amount of, like, charges? Or is it, like, I could just do whatever? Shit, I don't actually know. So I can use this to send messages to people, right? You can. The Pebble of Sending is a powerful magic item, not quite as versatile as the Stone of Sending. The difference being, the stone can send to anyone on the current plane of existence. The pebble has a limit of 1 mile. Hey Aeta, what are you doing? Cleric, please do not use that pebble to contact me at your leisure. I am attempting to work here. The message ends. Hi, Lady Sageleaf, I'm working on the tea shop. Just wanted to check in and let you know everything's all good. What in the fuck are you thinking? You dare send me a pebble message? You must be out of your damn mind, human! Rough crowd. Oh my lord. Who is Olds? Got any riddles that fit into 30 words or less? Oh, it's the Sphinx. Are you sending me, cleric? I'm not sure how to feel about that. But a riddle? Sure. How about this? Feed me, I live. Water me, I die. What am... Oh. Her 30-word limit cut out at the end. And the answer is... Yes, you know it. The answer is fire. Fire. Suddenly hear Olds' voice in your mind again. Sorry, ran out there. Sending you now. The answer is fire, as I'm sure you figured out. I have to say, sending is not an ideal way to hand out... Her sending ends. You can reply now. Yeah, I guess fire. Then... I kinda like that riddle, and thanks for the riddle. Who is Rick Spitter?
Hey.
Oh, it's the tiefling, right. Cleric? Oh, it's you. How lovely to hear you. Sending a message here, out of nowhere. Or is it a pebble? It seems more like a pebble, really. The message ends. Fuck it. Might as well talk to Viskin. It's the cleric. I'm just sending you, calling to let you know I've got a pebble of sending. Cool, huh? Very cool. The message ends. The things he puts up with. You didn't disturb him now, did you? That's the merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nothing new today, sadly. I'm still only working to sell the goods I've got, but please do stop by if you want to browse. Alright. That's all it can do. It just does that. But it does have 1 wisdom and 1 charisma, which is better than that. I can cast dancing lights anyway, it doesn't matter. My chair just kind of snapped a little bit, but I don't know why I did that. Anyway, I am thinking of getting a new chair soon. It's not very comfortable after a certain amount of time. Alright, what do we got here? Lobster! Yes. Your magic causes you to hear a tiny sound from the crab. A sound that turns into a squeaky voice. Hi there, big fella. What's it like being a crab? It's great. What do you think about what do you like? What do you like about being a crab? It's great. He snips his pincers. A happy crab. What's your name? I'm Criminy. Cool name. Thanks. Do you have any information for me? Oh, yes, I do. Did you know that there's an abundance of worms on the riverbank this time of year? There always is. It's causing me to gain a few pounds. The ladies will love it. Ho ho, we've got ourselves a lover crab. And that's not even the bad kind. That's it for now. An instant later, the crab's voice disappears. Hope you had a riveting convo. Now, can we go? Who are you voting for in the election? It makes no noise in reply to your question. Citizen? Well, that was a waste of a first level spell slot, Jesus! Ah, sorry, we're back here. This is the dockyard. The bookbinder is somewhere along here, if I remember correctly. But if I recall, they're not open until... Yep. This one, damp as a nest. Knock on the door. Wait. Human male, mid-30s, his hair short ruffled, his cloak wrapped around him like a makeshift toga. His face exerted in panic. Oh gods, no. No, no, no. Are you that intimidating? You see the tears form in his eyes as he leans forward, pleading, What happened to him? How awful, he thinks you're here to deliver terrible news. Calm down, no one is hurt. Oh, thank the gods. He rushes in to give you a big hug. How lovely to share an embrace with a fellow man. This truly makes me glad. He takes a step back, wiping a half-formed tears off his cheek. I am Manius. I must have jumped to conclusions here. Yeah, sorry about that. We're here to investigate the tea shop. Yeah, what he said. Oh, this generic human male looks around him. This is a strange sort of interaction that's happening here. I'm afraid I am not at library... I misread that completely. I'm afraid I am not at liberty to disclose any information to the local militia. That is what you are, no? A cleric of the local militia? Just stare at the man. You see, Octavio, he's a busy man, but he's directly instructed me that in case there are any inquiries, they would have to go through official channels, even for his inner circle. That's very suspicious. I'm sorry, I swear to you, we have all the legalities in order. I have diplomatic immunity. That's what it's called. Your companion gives you a raised eyebrow towards the fucking ceiling type of look. How can a lowbrow freestrider receive immunity? This is bureaucratic farce. Diplomatic immunity? Yes. Who are you exactly? Oh, I am Manius, as I said. I'm a freestrider of the member of Ascani Reed's trading company. I work for the first-in-command guild agent of Tolstad. I'm afraid that I cannot offer you any more than that. So you're saying... Good day. Ha! That was a roller coaster of emotions. What's a roller coaster? You haven't heard of... It's one of those carnival things, you know, like one of those wooden inclines with a little cart you ride all the way down. Oh, hello, Shodan. Good to see you. Huh. I thought those were called slippy slides. They are. The goblin is misinformed. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna call them that, so you had to go ahead and translate that in your head. Anyway, can we go now? This was some big shot, wasn't it? Did I mess that up? I wouldn't worry about it. On paper, you did nothing wrong. Yeah. Got my, very warm hoodie on. And on not paper? He said, she said. He said what? Never mind that. Though, really, we're just standing here talking outside this guy's door, so can we move on, please? Alright. So I'm pretty sure that was where I can get my book back, but, I don't know. Maybe only at nighttime I can see that person, is my only guess. That's not open till midnight. Oh, man. I have nothing to do in this place. I am actually getting a little bit stuck. I don't really... Although, I do want to see if I can find those papers that, the Earthguard... Well, not Earthguard. The Nationalist boys were talking about. They said it was behind a mirror. No. I don't see a mirror here. Up I go. Alright. So I don't think anything in Water Lane is going to help me. Let's have that feeling. Alright, we'll go to Pillar Crossing. Alright, see what else we can get up to. Dormitory out of commission. Is this Snell's place? The door says on the door, Simi, son of Strokeback. Knock. That was very low. They probably didn't hear you. Bang on the door. It says Asgul door. Within seconds, a slit in the door slides open. From there, you see a glance of a hairy face. Oh, it's that guy from the very start. No milk. Why not? Greetings, citizen. You hear a grumble on the other side of the door. Ah, guess who it is, lads? That's right, it's the cleric. Great to see you swing by, Mr. Cityman. Hold on, let me unlock the door for you. Ah, yes! He closes the slit. You hear some yelling from beyond. Then you hear a click at the door. It is open. Time to make some friends. Ah, well, look at that! Hello? I think we found the copper press. And that's the lady from before.
Oh?
The human woman frantically checks the pipes and rolling cogs of the thick copper press. We found it. She gives you a quick glance, but she seems to recognize you. Mr. Cleric, you keep popping up. How'd the delivery go? Fine enough. The delay was a pain in the ass. But it was kind of worth it to see the look on those assholes' faces when you told them off. Rollo and his idiot friends keep interrupting at the worst possible opportunities. Maybe now they'll finally stop. But I'm busy here, very busy. Can you be quick? Whatever it is you're here for? And why do you have this quiet HWBT guy with you? He weirds me out. Look, I'm just an observer, or a cleric handler, I guess. She lets out a short laugh. Okay, I get it. Cleric handler, that's good. Snell shrugs. What is that thing? Copper press, she answers without looking up. For the chant. Are you allowed to run a copper press in an apartment like this? You a friend or not? Not a snitch, don't worry. She frowns. The city has a bunch of inane and, quite frankly, oppressive laws about what constitutes a legal printing business. All of it's bullshit meant to keep people from printing stuff the city doesn't like. So you're saying the Shitty. You should allow. You should just saying the city should allow anything to be printed. No, obviously. But when those who decide what gets to go to print are also deeply affiliated with the biggest political party in the city, things get morally dubious. But I can promise you, we're on the right side of history here. There is no sense of doubt in her voice. This girl's got more backbone than half the bureaucrats in the palace, which is very dangerous for both her and those bureaucrats. Cool thing you got here. Thanks. Her voice drips with cold disdain. She would prefer to be appreciated by rebels, the youth, and cool people, not helmed fascists. Did you set this whole thing up yourself? Why? You don't think I could? Whoa! She's reading way too much into that question. She does not want you to undermine her. No, you could not carry this yourself. It's impressive no matter who you are. She clicks her tongue and glances at you. I am the second forewoman among the youth Asgals. Woman? Yeah, she mouths and glares at you. It's like a foreman with tits. She does not enjoy those man-piggy comments. I didn't mean to say it like that. My mentor, she founded the youth Asgals from scratch, so I've got a lot to live up to. I'd helped a bit before taking on the editing role, so I've run with the youth Asgals since I was a kid. But I didn't expect to take over all the Tolstad stuff. While I'm happy to do it, I'll admit that I'm spread a bit thin, and honestly, it's... Until the election, we're all giving it 200%. Now, do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? Who writes all the articles? We've got a circle, anonymous journalists. And no, I'm not giving you names. Come on, please? No. She sighs. But I do write a bit myself, mostly to fill out the pages. You're both editor and writer? That sounds fun. Sure. What do you write? Page ops, mostly. Page op, a focused newspaper column featuring the opinions of a writer and on a topic of relevance to a targeted audience. Opinion pieces from you. She groans and taps the machine. I write about current events, guild conflicts, strikes, corrupt officials, illegal spellcasting by clerics. Her eyes land on you for a few seconds. Anything the other newspapers won't touch, basically. What kind of writing are you inspired by? I highly doubt you know any author I enjoy. Tough words from someone who probably only reads modern trash. Try me. She hits you with a grin. What have you unleashed? Definitely need a bit of water after all that. I enjoy Lady Same Kufrin. Her poem series should be mandatory reading for every young girl in Norvik, if it were up to me. Vittel Arberg is my favorite modern Asgal author. It's fiction, but it's like so much more than that. Oh, also, I love Vanessa D. Crawdad. She really had this, you know, ethereal nature to her. Don't you agree? That last one is fake. You made that last one up. You got me. Just wanted to make sure you were awake. Okay, any more? Oh, and politically, I'm really into early work of Helga Hemlin as well. She's generally inspiring to read. She's generally inspiring to read her collection of early texts back when the Norvikian suffragette movement was just getting started. Bad memories. Did you know she went from a peasant widow into a headliner of the biggest ever city protest in like the span of 4 months? Yeah, Mom worked a lot back then. Cool. Anyway. She mindlessly tinkers away. Yeah, I've got some other things to ask. So, I do have a whole quest to do with this, place, but I'm just wondering how I trigger it. What are you voting for in the election? Yes, I healed. She stares at you. Then she looks at the large Asgal banner on the wall. Are you kidding? I'm just asking. I'm voting green. Interesting. Do you want to know what I'm voting for? Not really. Let your lower lip quiver. Yeah. You want anything else? Damn it. She's smarter than she looks. But can't you just ask me what I'm voting for, just for fun? No. Anything else? Damn it. Tell me about your relation to the tea shop. Loved that place. Not because it was good, but lots of memories there. You spent lots of time there? Oh yes, we held Asgal, youth Asgal meetings there once a week. Sad to see it gone. I don't know what kind of trouble he ended up in, but I never expected Mr. Drummer to get into explosive trouble. She is not hiding anything from you, but she might be avoiding something. Something about this trouble. Tell me about this non-explosive trouble Drummer got into. It's a point of contention, rumors really. Go on. Mr. Drummer might have had some type of deal with someone. He had people come and go at strange times, so we could only book the shop for our meetings at specific times. Okay. Okay, so we're getting more connections with Mr. Drummer. Look, I didn't notice anything that weird. It was just the HWBT, she says, and glances at your companion. Or the Freestriders. Maybe he had a deal or something. But that's rumors. Nothing else. Nothing else? Not really. He just served tea and made that clacking sound. Alphas might know more. The dwarf glances over to you with a frown. What about an elf? Her eyes go wide. We talked to her once or twice. Nice gal. She shuts her mouth and points to Alphas. Talk to him. No, you tell me more. Right now. Nuh-uh. Did she just nuh-uh you? Holy shit. She points to Alphas again. I'm not a snitch, and he'll tell you what you're allowed to know. Good. Anything else? Okay, we'll talk to Alphas. Mr. Cityman. You see a throng of dwarves shuffling around in the tiny apartment. The smell of confined sweat reminds you of that summer you spent as a farmhand on the plantation. Terrible memories. Welcome to Asgalian Sanctuary of Tolstad. For short, AST. How can they even breathe in here? This just looks like an apartment. He draws in the air through his teeth and looks around. We might not be well funded like you city folk, but we use what little we have to have full efficiency. But now the question is, what can you do for the Asgal Workers' Party? All right, I didn't think of that. Well then, let's see. The dwarf sucks in a deep breath through his teeth. Then he glances to the men before nodding slowly. We don't really need anything right now. What? Oh. I've got 5 men on the Water Lane docks. I'm preparing speeches and overseeing postage distribution. All in preparation for the Great March, day before the election day. He looks like he's thinking of several other things he needs to be doing right now. He's trying to make you think he's busy. He might also be busy, but still. So no real need for spell-slinging cleric here, I'm afraid. Fair enough. It is what it is. Elections are won through organization and press, not magic. Those days are long gone. If you wish to help him, do not offer a cleric. Instead, offer assistance in their printing. Speak with Modissa. Who is Modissa? Is that the lady I just talked to? Ooh. What are you voting for in the election? Freestrider. Of course you... Excuse me? He gives you a clap on the arm and laughs. Ha no! Asgalist, of course. What a stupid thing to ask. I like that about you. He cannot call you that. That's an insult. I'm not stupid. It is. A bit, yeah, but a man can only learn by asking. Keep it inside and it will only leave way for ignorance. So keep asking your awful and dumb questions, Mr. Cityman. Such an insult. This cannot stand. Do not call me dumb. You! Dwarf lifts his chin to you. Take a breath. Please don't call me dumb. I don't like it. Can't handle the banter, huh? Too bad. Dwarf looks at you and taps you on the back. Hard. I just lost the health I got! This is the place for men, not boys! Oh. You catch a glimpse of... It's Modissa, okay. Modissa rolling her eyes in the corner. I feel like the only thing to do next is to actually just tell him that they found the dead elf. His face stiffens. He realizes something. An elf, you say? Stare at him. He does not meet your gaze. He knows something. You can read him like an open book? Not right now. We're in the middle of something. Tell me what you know, Alphaz. The elf. Was she in the fire? Yeah. But why didn't they? They didn't look properly. You know how it is. That is unfortunate. You see Modissa glance over to you, listening in on the convo with a deep frown. Pincha Athena was a friend of the movement. Ah! So she was Asgalist. I suspect she would be involved in this somehow. But the dwarf closes his eyes. I'd hope she'd simply left the city. Who was she? Ilum elf. Strange mix-up, I agree. But she was kind. He looks away and as she says it. Who did she work for? Herself, from what I understood. Officially, she was connected with the Ilum Embassy, or whatever they call it. The Outreach. That's the one. So, what? She was secretly an Asgalist? I wouldn't go so far. But she helped. Whatever she was, she shared information that was helpful. Information? She would tell me things whenever I saw her. Intercepted messages about, sometimes, leverage to use in labor disputes. Business in the palace. Polar numbers before they got published. Opposition that had yet to strike. I'm sure we would have gotten ahead on the PPG issue had she still been around. His eyes grow dark. Thinking about it, she helped immensely over those last few years, countless times. So I don't care what she identified as. In my eyes, she was an Asgal, through and through. So she was a really bad information broker? With a hint of immense sadness. Good name for it. What about the city? Did she know people in the palace? He nods. I don't have the details, but yes, I'm sure. Did she have any enemies? Lots, I imagine. I warned her many times that granting us so much information could land her in danger. She did not care. So she sounds like she was just the best kind of person, huh? She was alright. What about the Ilum? What did she think about them? You know, I asked her once. Now, she doesn't exactly give me a straight answer, but something in my gut told me she was trapped. That's what she looked like, a trapped animal. I suppose that's why I hoped she had just upped and left when we didn't hear from her. She deserved to be free, the gal. To be struck down in a damn tea shop. It's foul, really. Was she connected to the Free Striders? I'm sure she was, somehow. Otherwise, she wouldn't have known half the stuff she sent over. You know anything about a necklace of fireballs? What? A dwarf would not know much about this, you imagine. You mean the magic item? He knows nothing. The reaction is genuine. Yes. Did Pinja ever mention it? He shakes his head slowly. I don't think so. Those things are dangerous, aren't they? It's the one that started the Coast War. He stares at you for a moment. His granite block of a brain is working it out slowly. Just give him a second. Hold on, did the tea shop blow up because of one of those damn things? No? Possibly. I'm looking into it. Well, do. I don't want that kind of filth in Norvik. If there are those kinds of weapons lying around here, I want it taken care of. We don't want another coast war starting over a damn evil fool with a bomb. I think that's all I need to know. Fair enough, Mr. Cedar Man. Fair enough. What can I get from them? That's all for now, citizen. There's another door back here. The bathroom. Surprisingly clean inside. The unity of all folk. Oh, what's that back there? A glorious, powerful symbol of the Vizcar champion. Can I get round to there? Oh shit! I don't want to pickpocket that. Okay. Hey, it's this guy. What's he doing? Simi and the boys. Ooh, here we go. That was pretty good. Okay. Devoted Asgard, give everything he has to support the cause. Second son. A second son kind of person, lives in the shadows of greater men. Follows the Asgard way, not due to choice, but due to just indoctrination and tradition. He wants to live up to someone, his father, a patriarch. Can I behold... Constitution super... Oh! That's pretty high. Alvarez knows he's privileged. He hates it. His ideals clash with his blood. Interesting. Can I interact because of that? Mr. Cityman! What a wonderful sanctuary you built here. It's central, and it's small. He draws in the air for his teeth and looks around, but we use what we got to full efficiency. Yes, give me a quest, right now. The dwarf sucks in deep breath for his teeth, then glances to his men before nodding slowly. Yeah. Yep, questions can be answered. No, there's nothing else here. The machine groans. Let's check the questing tree, see if there's anything. But I discovered that, didn't I? I mean, I'm in it right now. It's literally right over there. Why can't I... Maybe if I talk more about it? Mr. Cleric? Have other questions? Orca, what's that mean? A dwarven expression meaning something like, I don't have the energy to deal with this right now. I'll be quick. Right, get on with it. Why don't you name yourself in the paper? It's an illegal paper, Cleric. Been there, done that, and so on. What? It's you know, it's... Where are you from? I grew up in housing. Housing, a nickname for the housing district where poors live. Though my parents fled Reeds before I was born, the so-called revolution was a hard time for them. She looks a bit sad and wanting to change the subject. What about you? None of your business, girl. The hills, then on North Wall. You're a farm boy? I guess I could see that, as long as you vote green. How did you get this massive printer? Hand me down. She gives you a green. Won't tell you more than that, copper. What made you join the Asgard youth? Lots of things. I read Asgard for one. The Original Sin. Some great works of political literature. I also saw the socio-economic balance in Norvik society growing up and felt like I had to do something about it, you know? Oh, and I found a great mentor in Miran. Miran, a former leader and founder of the Asgard Youth, currently the only female foreman among the Norvik Asgard Council. Myron? Myron? I don't know. Yeah, she was the founder of the Asgard, yep, taught me a ton. I've heard about her. Real troublemaker. Trouble is just another word for change. I suppose that's true. Myron. Alright, no more personal questions. Sure? She gives you a confounded, frankly disgusted look. Is there anything I can do to be of assistance? She looks you up and down. You really want to help? Yes. Okay. I do have a quest for you if you're up for it. Yes, give me the quest! It's more of a task, really, like a fetch quest. Slightly less exciting. If it's got quest in the title, I'm up for it. Look, I've got a massive final printout before election day. It's going to be our best edition yet. I've already written an article that shows my vision of a radical and egalitarian revolution of Norvik. It'll be distributed all over the city, countryside included. But alright, there we go. The thing triggered. Yes! We're on it! But we're tight on ink. They must need a special type of ink to print with copper sheets. What type of printing ink do you need? Tell me! Coldridge. It's produced in breeds and shipped around the coast. Oh my god, I have to go into the warehouse, don't I? It usually gets some off a vendor, I know, but they're indisposed at the moment. Election stuff, you know? Why is she lying about this vendor? From what I understand, the entire shipment of Quillwell cartridges is just stuck in the Guildwell house. I knew it! Since I only need a single set of cartridges to finish off the elections edition, I can just walk in there and snatch it. I've paid for it. But the Ascani Reed's trade company controls it, and they will not let me inside. Not in 100 errors. I'll get it for you. If you want to help the cause, that's one way to do it. It'd actually allow us to reach the entire city on election day, instead of just, like, 60% of it. I've already been to the warehouse. You have? Great! Just get inside again. Did you sneak in, or are you friends with the AR? I snuck in, since I'm a sneaky little rogue. Class conflict, yes! Okay, well, I just get back in there and give me the ink, I guess. Please. Remember to be polite. A rare treat from her. I didn't see any ink when I was there last time. The box would have just been labeled ink, obviously. It should be labeled as Coleridge, LR Special Cartridge Quillwells. Just look around. You know the shipment's just sitting there. What a tongue twister. The expensive brands always are. That's all for now, thank you, citizen! I have a quest! Let's go! Back up to Water Lane. I think Water Lane's this way. Yeah. Alright, so let's have a look at that thing now. Medusa needs more ink. Okay, cool. We triggered it. Excellent! Let's sneak into that place again. Alright, let's go, 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 go. Alright. Oh, is that it in the corner? That wasn't highlighted last time we were here. A box of ink cartridges. Here we go. On the top box, you see the words Coleridge LR Special Cartridge Quillwells. Bingo. Yes, this is the ink she asked for. Inside, you see tightly stacked series of ink cartridges, each marked with a series of numbers. More importantly, there are 3 different colors of ink. Uh-oh. Red, yellow, and green Quillwell variants. Ha! Go with yellow. She'll hate it. If there was black, there would be the logical choice. However, since the shipment clearly does not contain any black ink, go with the green one. It makes the logical sense, being that of the Asgulus colors, green. Go with green. Yeah, just go with green. You hear something sloshing around inside. There you go. Another quest complete. Just need to turn it in now. Despite placing the cartridge in my pouch of holding, I don't really quite feel like I've actually looted it. Ignore that. What? That's just your innate feeling that this quest item isn't that important. Right. What? That is true. Like, I don't gain the inventory thing. Did I? No, it's not there. Yeah, you could climb that. Oh man, this game. Oh, this game's such a riot. Alright, back to Medusa. Oh, we can go down this way. I can't believe I just stumbled across that, that fucking, store, that fucking little side quest thing. Happy for it. Was it down here? It was here, yeah. Hello! As you enter the sweaty apartment with the ink cartridges in hand, you encounter a rock and a hard place. The rock being a red-faced dwarf and the hard place being the unyielding stubbornness of a teenage girl. You'll ruin a decade's worth of goodwill! The dwarf slaps the newspaper page against his massive forehead. For what? Forehead slapping is a dwarven national pastime. The girl snatches it from the dwarf's hand. Show me. Show me a single thing that's false. I dare you. It's not truth or falsehood that matters. It's... Why am I need to pick an accent for this guy. It's the content. The message. It's... Vai alla helvetin. The dwarf mutters to himself, noticing your approach. Mr. Cityman. Am I interrupting something? No. She takes a step forward towards you and quickly grabs the set of ink cartridges. Look, Alphonse, the cleric just allowed us to reach the entire city. She holds up the paper to his rocky face. They need to hear this. I got access to the warehouse. It was pretty hard. I had to... Do you know how much the palace would love to see an article like that? Do not put me in a position where I have to tell the foreman to denounce the chant. For folk. Bah! I feel like I need to step in here. Do you now? He takes a deep breath, rubbing his eyes. I apologize. We're having an issue. I'm just trying to... Mr. Cityman, please enlighten us. What does the law say on criminal incitement, specifically in print media? It's a maze of rules. A few of them are well written. Practically, it's always an it depends. Give me a practical example. As in, what if someone printed a newspaper calling for a violent uprising? It depends on who enforces it, and who gets enforced. Then I suppose that gray zone would be a wonderful place to die. Look, Alphonse, look at where we are. I'm in a closet with a goddamn esoteric mess of a machine blowing hot air up my ass. The city already guts us at every turn. You protest at the towers, your PPG problem, that bullshit with the Silkers Guild. They will never work with us. Now's our only chance. We have the people's attention. It's time to drill it into their heads that they have the power here. You're missing the entire picture, girl. It's belittling to call her a girl like that. Bah! He crosses his arms. You're correct. The people have the power here. And we will use that power responsibly by creating lasting, lawful change. If you keep writing about violent revolution, the average person will think you're crazy. And even worse, if you push for all this other socio-relation crap. Crap? It's what is feminism, also just an ignorant reworking of Asgar's ideas. No, it's... The dwarf takes a deep breath. You know, I am very much in favor for pressing down hierarchies. But to put such a threatening stance on the way people have lived for centuries, it's not wise. It's not wise to tell women and oppressed minorities that they should have rights. They have rights. We have universal suffrage. Norvik is the most egalitarian city on the coast. We've spent decades working for that. Universal suffrage, sure, but 9 out of 10 guild leaders and business owners are human men. She taps her fingers to list off all the talking points. Women earn lower salaries across all work sectors. Citizenship is withheld from other folk types on the basis of so-called monstrous traits. Halflings are constantly extradited to the Horde, while every major faction ignores their pleas. Mind control being used somehow as a legal tool of the state. And despite the outcalls over and over again, none of the folk have even begun to address any of the core demands. And don't even get me started on rights among MGIs, or the femme beer debacle, or your refusal to stand by all of our... She taps her index finger to his chest with every word. Cross. Folk. Attraction. Couples. Stare at them both. We have toiled, Medusa, he mutters, his voice weak and dry. Decades of work, all to reach this point. You'll throw it all away if you play their game. You know the party is not behind even half of these ideas. The party doesn't have vision, that's why we're not winning. We have as many voters as the Freestriders, potentially for more. You think the numbers matter? After all you've seen? They don't care. We will make them care. Bah! The dwarf takes a step back to catch his breath. All the other workers in the apartment just seem to go along as per usual. This must be a common occurrence. Tell me what's going on. Take a step back. I feel like I can lower that if I talk to them. He appears to calm down and shakes his head. She's bright, but she's in over her head here. If she prints that article in the election issue, I'm certain there will be fallout. And it's not just that I have to deal with that personally. I'm fine with that, it's my job. But if she pushes the chant too far up the party line, we'll have to distance ourselves, officially. Well, that's not good. No, it would not be. I won't allow it to be printed. I can't. Tell me what's going on. An article, that's it. She holds it up. It's a test page to see the article in action before putting it in the issue. Skim the article. We built this city is the name. It's an emotional and moving page up about recent events and the future of the Workers' Party. The author weaves in arguments about city corruption with a call to action, a direct call for the workers of the city to not let freestriders corrupt Norvik into becoming another oppressive free city, where wealth is consolidated into the hands of the few while the many struggle to survive. Then it gives, and it gives a list of topics, golden line, yep. It also contains a striking subtext about wealth being extracted from the city and sent east. This is tough. Can't you just be more subtle? Or something? We're past subtlety. The people need to know that Norvik is theirs for the taking. Come on, help me out here, will you? What, you want me to cast a spell on him? Oh, gods, no. I mean, it wouldn't work, would it? For a few minutes, maybe, but no. She mutters a swear under her breath. The dwarf, a dwarven word for hells. Figure out why Modisso really won't turn it down. She hates them. She hates how she's been pushed down by them her whole life. She hates how powerless she feels all the time, every day. Every time she walks down the street and someone looks at her funny, every time someone asks her when she's going to grow up and start a family instead of playing around in some Asgulus LARP outfit. You see it in her eyes. Hate and anger from endless systemic injustice. What are you looking at? She says with a scoff. It's your choice. Oh, that's a tough one. You don't need this article, Medusa. The system is unfair, yes, but don't trust to change it. Change it yourself. You're on the right track. Keep it up. Shit, this is a tough one. Because it's not that I don't think Modissa shouldn't publish this article. I mean, like, but I do agree with Alphaz that if they do publish this, the votes that they have that might get them a little bit of votes in the system will be all for naught. Now, obviously, as well, like, we have these two characters on screen that kind of represent sort of the division in the left in modern times as well, of like, you got the leftists who kind of use that they're more the progressives, like the ones who actually use the innate system of democracy that's in place to kind of try and make change in a very slow but measured way. We could liken that to, say, the Greens, quite ironically, for that. And then you have Modissa, who kind of represents like an actual socialist. Like, they don't really operate within the democratic framework of the society because they don't believe that there will be the change that's required through that system, which, I mean, I'm more on Modissa's side here, but Alphaz does make some good points that in the upcoming election they might lose all this the goodwill that they've managed to garner. So it's a tough one. It's really a tough one. You don't need this article, Modissa. The system is unfair, yes, but don't trust Alphaz to change it. Change it yourself. You're on the right track. Keep it up. Because both of them... You don't need this article. This is tough, man. I'm not going back either. This is, if I make this choice, that's gonna be it. Yeah. Alright. I think I'll go with that. She stares at you. If you publish this, they'll push you out, and everyone like you, your voices will be silenced in the years to come. Instead, Speak out slowly, bit by bit, until your ideas are accepted as the truth. She clicks her tongue and looks over to Alphonse with a frown. Then she glares at you. Not today, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Fine. I'll change it. I'll rewrite the article. Thank you, the dwarf says and closes his eyes. He looks extremely relieved. But I'm not happy about it. I am sorry, but really, thank you, Modissa. Alphonse goes over to his comrades to begin the final process on the machines. She grunts out, You had the ink, right? Mr. Cleric? Hand her the ink. She quickly looks over with a stern face. Green? Really? They didn't have any black. Well, shit. I'll mix it with what we have and it should be readable still. Green is at least thematically relevant. Then Modissa pours it into the machine. Thanks for this. Yay! We'll actually be able to reach that last portion of voters before the election now. And sorry for the mess. I shouldn't apologize really, but her voice trails off and she stares at the printer. It's an ideological battlefield. Keep fighting. That's all for now, citizen! Well, I'm happy that we were able to get that closed off. That's really cool. I've mentioned I'm a rogue, so it's the other like little rogue thing. That's awesome. Oh, is that a... Yes! Let's do it! The heart pumps blood to all veins. A fully interconnected series of stops, each necessary for survival of the whole. All stops must accept that blood. They can never be cut or clogged, or the entire system collapses in an instant. This is the weakness of the egalitarian dream, as well as its strength. Unity in spirit at both rise and fall. That sounds like an awfully risky system to live in. Risk is inherent with life. Asgalism was born under the conditions of twos. The first, the literacy of the masses, created in various forms across different cultures during the arcane era. The second, the deep enough divide in wealth between the masses and their masters. Feudalism holds deep and fast due to the inability for its serfs to understand the functions of their system, to see their own shackles and how to break them. Interesting. I find it cool, I think is the right word, but you know, obviously Marx talked about how each economic system that came about throughout history, you know, slavery, feudalism and stuff, the things that allow it to transition from one thing to the next are inherent in that economic system. It's the whole thing of like capitalism digs its own grave sort of thing. And maybe I just need to refresh myself on that sort of literature, but I'm just not sure how educated the masses would need to be to see that, to like cause that change. Because yeah, it's true that like during the feudalist era, the peasants and the serfs did hold a certain amount of power because they were the ones that actually reaped the food from the land and was, you know, taxed and given to the lords and such. So I guess that inherent, you know, master-slave complex still does exist. And let it be known that like during the Middle Ages and during the Dark Ages, well, not the Dark Ages, that's not really a thing, but like during the, you know, medieval Dark Age, or what are they? What's it technically? It's like the Western European Dark Age that they now call it because the rest of the world didn't really have it. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I just don't really know if the framework of Marxism can really be draped over feudalism. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I just need to read some stuff. But yeah. The more advanced governmental structures of both federated magedoms, parliamentary republics, and constitutional empires all grow partly due to their bourgeoisifying nature, a modern city-state industrial developments. In this, some states hold on out better than others. Some floating cities in Old Dimenor, specifically that of the Shadow Lord, would grant access to magical food to all the lower classes. Others would offer free education for all children. This was a big thing also in Soviet Russia. I remember there was a diary that belonged to a teacher that was in the Soviet Union, talking about how they were experimenting with like student-led classes and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Others would, no matter their birth, in order to find those gifted in the art of esoteric. Actions like these, along with steadily rising quality of living, prolonged the spread of working class resentment. However, I know how to pronounce that particular O. Rukfol Empire had no such luck. I do love seeing those kind of glyphs and letters in language. It definitely makes things interesting, but fuck, it makes me remember how much I don't really know how to pronounce it that well. The kingly line had sat on the forget throne for hundreds of years. Their monarchical ocratic ways were roughly burrowed into every cavern and fungus farm, and their population, through developments of the arcane era trickling down through the cracks of the earth, the already massive dwarven populace exploded. Within a generation, it doubled. Approximately 30 million dwarves lived in the empire by 440 AE. The vast majority of them living in absolute poverty. Starvation was rampant in times of rot and conflict. Heavy taxation mixed with little to no protection from monsters or raids meant that life for the serfs was hard and rough. It was in these conditions a man was born and raised, his dreams filled with one thing: emancipation. The right of every dwarf to his own hammer. That man? Asgal Ashmask. So the dwarves had been pressure cooked into wealth inequality for too long, while also having access to information about better systems. And it had been spoken of for decades. Now, I will say that access to information and access to new types of systems is definitely something that would influence in terms of a world-building thing of a group of people to decide that they should have a different system different system in place. I mean, I've applied this even into my own world building and my own writing for my novel and my D&D games and all that sort of stuff. That there's always like a guy that or a person that comes over from a different nation and has it distributes philosophies that are foreign to them, and people in that populace kind of go, maybe we could integrate these ideas and see how it goes. So it works. I reckon it's cool. What Asgard did was gain access to books by banned dwarven scholars, gnomish thinkers, and Anuran philosophers, all pointing him towards his own brand of a radical egalitarian ideology. Asgalism exploded with Asgal and his revolution, yes, but it was born as early as the Divine Era. For those dreams we had lingered in the minds of all folk for as long as there have been shackles, and there have been documented about for as long as there has been paper to write on. Yet it took a walking god to push the oppressive regime back. So Asgal wasn't a god then? Asgal was a god then? Asgal was a man blessed by a divine force. Oh, what? He was no god. Yet it is true, despite what many say, that he used great esoteric power and strength to lead his revolution. Understandable, the Empire probably had a ton of wizards and magical forces, just like the Arcanists did during that era. The Coast War was underway after all. Esoteric reality begets esoteric means. Many dwarves died during the initial fighting. Many more died during the first years of the AFF. Asgal Folkhelm Forge, the dwarves' old Asgal underground empire. They died for a good cause? This is the point of contention for you, and many others. Asgalism had a slow start. The dwarves quickly pulled out of the Coast War, leaving the VK behind. But with that, many dwarves were put back into their workforce and reunited with their families after decades of warfare. Economically, they were unable to manage such a sprawling set of states directly, but the fungus farms in the vast cavern valleys were handed to the people who worked on those lands, instead of the greedy nobles who once lorded over them all. Asgard took steps in the right direction, even as all the forces in the world pushed against him. With a party of 8. Hello? That seems good? I don't know what that means. I may have been a menace. What have you done, Shodan? I don't know what this means. There are. What is happening, Shodan? You need to elaborate on this. Oh, you're here because of Shodan. Okay, well, hello, the Lady of Chaos. It is lovely to meet you. So you were brought here explicitly by Shodan. Friends have joined. Oh shit, there's more people. Okay, brilliant. Not used to this, but yes, thank you for joining, everyone. I don't know if I need to fill everyone in, and I hope people who are here enjoy what is happening. It is Esoteric Ebb. Imagine Disco Elysium meets D&D. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of this whole thing. The monarchies were awful, but his system killed too many people. He should have left the monarchies as they were. They should have modernized in time. It was worth it. If not for the AFF itself, but then for the dreams that sprang around the coast. Today, Asgalism, in all its forms, along with the lessons of the Folkhem, shows a brave new path. That of a softer Asgalism, that of democratic socialism. So what? No bloody revolution? We have had enough of those. The argument against social democracy in Asgard Circus is simple, however. It does not do enough. The forces of capital easily consume and co-opt the socialist goals. Well, there we go. Okay. They did just this in what is this place? Unlock 100 glossary entries. Savalny, the third biggest free city in Reeds, known for their divine roots, naval expertise, vineyards, one of the few cities that retained a religious base during the Arcane Era. Norvik itself is under the same threat. As such, it remains a debate. The dwarves who made such a great cooperation with the humans of the city have all converted to this nicer form of slow incrementalism. That's the word I was trying to get at before, incrementalism. So there's always that divide amongst the left of like incrementalism and like, revolution, basically. In this unity, so for those who are here, so basically what's happening right now is we completed a quest, and if you've played Disco Elysium, you get it. If you remember that, you let like a thought take hold in your thought cabinet. This is very similar, except it's now kind of related to D&D, whereby at the end of this, I'll be granted like kind of a feat. In this unity between humans and dwarves, you also see this grander vision of an egalitarian future, for there is no greater example of post-folk type exclusivism. But at the same time, the younger, more hot-headed Asgalis also have a dream of their own, one of truly owning the means of production post-haste like Asgal intended. So the question remains, you have dealt with it firsthand in the past. Should Norvik embrace radical Asgalism or continue down the path of social democracy? Ah, fuck! This is intense. We need radical change or the Free Striders will win. We need incrementalism, else humans will reject Asgalism for good. We need to avoid Asgalism as much as possible. That's not the one I'm going for. We need someone to lead us forward. One supreme... Nope, that's... No. That's the nationalist thing. We need to argue amongst ourselves for another decade or so before we're able to do anything productive, I think. We need to be apolitical. Okay, so it's really these two up here. Well, the thing that this cleric is doing is clearly incrementalist. I mean, I told Modissa before everyone joined that they were going to publish an article that was like inciting revolution, and I told him, hey, don't do that. Like, just be subtle, let's take it back a bit, So, incrementalism it is. Think what you'll say. Say what you can, but the Asgalis have at the very least mastered the modern pathways of communication. The copper press. Those mad Asgalis are utilizing it just as they should to influence the minds of the populace. During better times, the Arcanists would do as such in more direct ways, of course, but the irony of that is lost upon these poor fools. If anything, you can learn something from watching their mass media propaganda in motion. Sharing of ideas is very different from mind control. You would think that, however, in statistical analysis, the difference is all the smaller than one would assume. The printing of ideas is the second step towards emancipation, the realization of a better world. They are enduring. Cast out from below, exiled from their homeland, spread across the land, above and beneath. Like agrarians, they seed the earth, growing, a weed or a fertile wheat, you do not know. That is the Asgarlan endurance. A weed, surely. As such, the land requires a proper cleansing at some point. Not a weed, a fungus, feeding a family of 16 dwarflings, all hungry from working the fields, and if they do not have enough to feed themselves, their neighbors will share what they have. That is the dream. That is the communal spirit of Asgalism. Okay, so we're down to this whole thing like we had a few... So at the start of this episode, I actually unlocked another feat. And I went with something there, because I helped the bird. It was an actual bird person. Well, for anyone into D&D, it was a kenku, basically. Tell me more about mass media propaganda. Change their mind. If you are not allowed to do it esoterically, then do it via the written word. Okay, so this is what this does. Alters ability score modifiers on texts. Positive modifiers get +1 and negative modifiers get -1. Not quite sure I understand. Human dwarf unity. Together we are strong. A social communal Asgalism utopia. It can be built. While you are at full health, whenever you take damage, those dice are rolled with disadvantage. That's pretty good. Tell me more about Asgalan endurance. Ideas are infectious. They live on. For every 3 hours spent being exhausted, you lose 1 level of exhaustion. Now that's pretty good. I'm ready to settle this debate. There is no bad choice. Be what you will. I definitely don't like the idea of mass media propaganda. I do not see how that will help me too much. I barely understand what it means. I think it's saying like if you're reading books and you yeah, I still don't get it. Alters ability score modifiers on texts. Like, does that mean like I'm reading books? Because if I'm just reading books and get a bonus from that, then it's like, you know, whatever. But no, I don't really get it. This one's cool. While at full health, you those damage dice get disadvantage. That would be even cool in like actual D&D. I don't think they have that sort of thing. Like you have things in D&D where like there's some things where it's like you can't roll a 1 and you have to re-roll. Is that 2-weapon mastery? 2-weapon fighter mastery? Or is that just you can't roll a 1? I can't remember exactly at the top of my head. It's been a little while since I played D&D 5e. I've been playing other systems, so. And then Asgalan Endurance is for every 3 hours being exhausted. Yeah, that's cool. But usually when you're exhausted, you just try and sleep. And you're not around for 3 hours, so... I really do think human dwarf unity. It shall continue ever on. Wait a minute, did that just say too many feats chosen? In a society in which folk type is only a suggestion and not a barrier of any kind. I just gotta check that quickly. Too many feats chosen. Does that mean it's not active right now? I can't. Forgo feat? How many feats can I have at a time? Huh. I did not know I could have too many feats. There you go. Well, I'm done in this particular area, and since some people are here, I'll keep on going. We are still needing to find Frank, son of Frank. I have no idea how to get to... Is that a cat? Hi. Is there a problem? Yes, hello. Oh, come here. I'm here. No, you can't go up there. Oscar. This is not a place for you. You know how much hair I have to clean up of yours up here? Okay. Alright. So need to find that. Need to find this hag as well. That's another thing we need to do. I've spoken to the... What about this one? Oh, the Valkyrie. That's another thing I need to sort out as well. Are you comfortable there? You've kind of pushed me out of the way here a bit. You're just sitting there, you're getting comfy? Okay. Let's have a look. It's only 1 o'clock in game as well. So, what else can I do here? Norvik and Resistance, Roland and his friends meet up on the roller mill. Well, I think that's quest is going to be failed now because I told him to piss off. I wonder what I can do now. Oh, so I didn't even get that one last time. Yeah, I need those fingers, mate. Oh, so this is all the stuff to do with the tea shop. Yeah. Maybe I could speak to... Oh, I can't speak to the Sphinx until nighttime. I'll just leave. Alright. Let's see what else we can get up to. So how is everyone tonight? Are we all... I don't know if everyone in the chat is from Melbourne, as I am. But I hope everyone is nice and cozy. What is this? Snell. Yeah. That's Snell's place. Oh, that's the door that had the esoteric thing happen. That was shit. A winding path leads outside eventually. Thank you for the clip, Shodan. Brilliant. Is this just the... Yeah, it's the Goblin Garden. There was a really good interaction I had last stream with Lady Sageleaf, who is up here. That's Lady Sageleaf. Oh, yep, you're off. Where you... Now, what's over there? It's just a watch, mate. Yeah. The goblin glares at you with his muscles. Yeah, Lady Sageleaf last stream actually revealed something pretty cool. It's on my YouTube channel if anyone wants to watch it. Tunnel to the lower lair. What is this go? Could you... Are you here just to cause chaos? That was my watch, mate. Do you want it back? Okay, I'm just gonna keep it there. Alright? Oh, I'm just here. That's what the lower layer is. I'll take a trip into the lower city. See See if there's anything we can find. I'm pretty sure I've explored everything in this particular... What? Why are you trying to eat my watch? You've never done this. Let's see if there's anything else down there I've missed. Oh, you off? You fucked up my shit and you're leaving? Goodbye. He did indeed eat Shodan. He tried to eat my watch. This thing. He's never done it. Alright. Is there anything in here? Oh. This is the crypt, I believe. I've already been here. There's a little passageway up there. I wonder where that leads. These go far up through Tolstad. Is bar type. That's where the duck is, I'm pretty sure. Because remember, in I think it was like stream 3 or 4, we found this crypt, and the duck came in and was like, I'll help you out and get rid of this thing and stuff, so. There's a snail over there. Let's see if we can get a better thing on her. Oh. Yeah, Bruton warrior. Loyalty is a fickle thing. Hers lies with the halfways for sake of coin and shelter, but also something else, something more ethereal. I bet you she knows that Sageleaf. She knows Sageleaf's secret as well. That's probably why she devotes herself to her. Alright. We'll go for these caverns again. Now we know Frank, son of Frank, did move through here. There's nothing over there. That's where I fought the Roper. Just back here again. This is where Kraid is. And Kraid says that he's seen Frank, son of Frank. Krad greets human. But, like, there's nothing here. I can't do anything. He says there's a secret door. Frank, son of Frank, was looking for a secret door. And that's the collapsed tunnel. The paw prints have already done that. Now this is interesting. I want to know how to open this door. Come on. Really don't think there's anything else down here. I'll have a quick scan. It'll head back up to the surface, I think. Yeah, I'm just back here again. That's where the ruins are. Yep. Seriously, there's so much stuff that I could possibly get up to, but it's all gonna happen on the sundown. I should probably, before stuff continues, I probably should have some food. Nice. Full health. That'll get me going. That's where the gelatinous cube was. Down through here. Oh, that's where... This is actually where I found Meek. Is there something in here that can... Yeah, it's just cryptic books. That's another dead end. This, I believe... Yep, that's where I did that secret puzzle. Seriously, I have no idea how to find Frank, son of Frank from here. If he's deeper in the city, how do I get to the deeper parts of the city? It's the only thing I'm thinking about. Is there anything? Because I've been here as well, but I was under the impression that there was nothing else here. Yeah, it kind of looks like there isn't either. Now I can prepare my spells there. Oh! Oh, wait, I can't cast Speak Dead with here. I can't cast the Speak with Dead thing because... Well, maybe. Hey, Snell. Yeah? Can you talk to this skull for me if I cast a spell for it? You can't use magic for that? Nope. Okay, well, if you think it's helpful, go ahead. Maybe later. Alright, I can't because I already used my 3rd level spell slot. Or, wait. I could actually do cast Speak with Dead. Okay. Yep, speak. There we go. You finish casting the spell and the skull begins to make a clacking sound. The jaw opening and closing with a jitter. It is ready. Okay, so tell me what you want me to ask. You hear him whisper to himself, you can do this. Ask about his name. Tu nombre? Oh god, it's an I'll do my best. Mi tombre es al vengador roja, pero antes de sa eso, ye era lethean baloba. His name is the Avenging Red, and also Letzi Balba. Very strange. This is a weird guy. 4 questions remain. What's it like being dead? Ask what it's voting for in the election. No. Do it. It's a waste, but fine. ¿Cuál es tu comida favorita? Me sustento es el honor de servir el protector. He's voting for service and protection. Ah, a real good-hearted Ascalist. Sure. That's 2. 3 more questions. It was worth it. Ask who killed him. ¿Dónde está el muerto? Ellos están en todas partes nuestros hijos. I thought the J was supposed to be like a H sound. I don't know. Anyway, hijos nuestros seguidores debemos luchar para vengarlos. El lembro del ojo rojo. Oh gods, that's a lot here. He says his people need to be avenged for the red eye. How cryptic. 3 asks, 2 more. Ask him his favorite color. ¿Cuál es tu color favorito? Rojo. It's red. 1 question. Make it count. Ask him about his job. Okay. ¿Te gusta trabajar? The skull almost shrieks. Mil división y medios y madimatabar. Es mi único interés. Los gustos terrenales son pasajeros. He likes his job. It's a great devotion to his god. Earthly enjoyments are fleeting. The corpse's mouth stiffens once more, and the mimicking of life ends. That's 5. Alright, cool. We didn't learn much, but it was fun! Sure. That was a bit of a waste of a 3rd spell slot, to be honest. I didn't learn shit. Back to the drawing board. Alright, where can I go from here? Is the snail still there? Yes, the snail is still there. That's where I revealed that little hidden cache and I found that really cool spell. Is there a way for me to go down? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a long way down. Yeah, I know. Yep. Nothing here. Keep on pursuing leads at the back in Tolstad, I guess. Like, I want to go deeper into the city below. I just don't know how to yet. I've helped the Asgalists. Not really sure what to do from here. Let's have a quick look in the old questing journal and see if we can find something. Alright, so I found a book binder. Yep, I know about that. Maybe go back to the scene of the crime. They always go back to the scene of the crime. Yep, tea shop. Let's go. Oh, that's right. Now, I think I've been through here already. I just want to see if there's anything up, because this thing is suspicious. A frame for a painting. The actual picture was obviously burnt away in the blast. Yeah, I've already looked at everything here. Okay. There was something. What's that? What's that? How the hell is this place still standing? Yeah, there's nothing here. I might have something in my inventory I can look over. Might give me some clues. Docile stress cube. Ukul leaves. -3 charisma. Tavern key. A very pretty key. It's esoterically attuned to the Sphinx's lair, the local tavern. This will allow you to enter during daytime, or just visit. Oh, I didn't know that this whole time. I've been waiting till like the fucking place is open. Let's go. Appreciate this, the drunk Sphinx. Let's go. Ugh. Place looks weird without. An old well. You approach the old well. It's dry and very, very deep. You can survive the fall. Do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I guess we can speak to the Sphinx. Let's see if we can get some extra stuff on her. Ooh, decent. Hell yeah. Oh, there's something missing there. Is that her alignment? Huh. Alright, so we found out a lot, but the next thing we found out is she is not being exploited. Whatever deal she struck with the tavern keep, this beast of jaw could break it in any moment. None of them hold any power over her, yet she cannot leave. The Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. I tried asking Vaviskin for help on the riddle. Of course you did. She squints at you. He said nothing, did he? Nothing useful. Good. I thought he could be trusted with leverage. Leverage? Leverage. Viskin is a neighbor. You do not choose your neighbors, but you can learn to work with your neighbors. And Viskin is controllable. Plus, he did solve my riddle once, so... She sips on her barrel. For now, he's okay in my eyes, despite the foulness. Foulness? If you don't know what I speak of, you do not need to know. He's definitely a lich. He has to be. Can you tell me the riddle again? As many times as you want, cleric. Found with arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air, burrowed deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folk and gods in thronging herds, a man divine alone How does this work? Is this tavern your lair, or your lair a tavern? She lifts the barrel to her lips and holds it there for a moment. She eventually lowers it and says, "That is indeed a riddle worth pondering." Can I ask why? Why what? Why a tavern? I was convinced. She glances at the pile of wine by her side. It was not a battle quickly won, however. Rickspitter worked tirelessly for many an evening to argue her point. Eventually, in completing a few quests on my behalf, I let her rent out a part of my lair, but only for a century. Do you like the hustle and bustle in here? I'm content for now. Yes. Has anyone ever tried to fight you? Yes. Alcohol tends to lower risk assessment capabilities among mortals, which sometimes ends with violence. Anyway, always from a man, strangely enough. I do wonder why. Not always. You've seen some feisty women during your street watch days. Must cost a lot to get you all this wine. No, Rickspitter procures it all for me. Such lovely river wine. Yep. When can I answer the riddle? Can you give me a hint about the riddle? A hint? You dare stand before a sphinx and ask for a hint? Well, not if you're going to react like that. She puts down a barrel of wine and leans in. You can ask questions, but no, you do not get a hint. Wow, what a cool distinction, Ols is. Those are really different things. What am I supposed... Has anyone ever solved this riddle? Her smile fades. Only a handful of folk have been proven worthy to enter into the vault during the aeons I've watched over it. I will only tell you more if you prove yourself worthy, of course. So I'm supposed to do something, not just answer with a regular old word, right? Correct. Oh, so that's the whole thing. Alright. Guess I just have to try some stuff. Trial and error. Not the most silly tactic I've seen over the years. She shrugs again, and her cat shoulders sliding smoothly up and down, which looks surprisingly funny with her whole feline body thing going on. She's attempting to appear mysterious. Now get back at it, little one. I'll be going now, thank you, Great Sphinx. These barrels are blocking the way to the stage. You stare at the barrels. Yeah, those sure are barrels. Hey, Olzers, can you move these? I want to get up on stage. No. Why not? You see the Gyno Sphinx point to Snell. Him. Me? Him? You want him? I am sorry, Goblin, but you are not allowed up here. Only the cleric is. Sure, I have no problem with that. But may I ask why? She smirks. I do mind. I will not answer that. Oh, interesting. Clearly, this is a hint to solve the riddle. You must perform some kind of act on stage in order to fulfill the requirements. The goblin shrugs. Well then, if you do some Sphinx riddle solving, then I guess I'll leave you to it. Good. I'll pick... Nah. Oh. Maybe I can go solo for a bit. I'll be in the garden. He glances at you. Don't be rough him up too bad, will you? Oh, I would never. Well then, get on up here. Can you move these now? Yes, yes. Come up, don't touch my feathers. I'm highly ticklish. Oh! Can I cast a spell? The Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel. Little one, tell me the riddle? Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. Burrowed deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folk and gods in thronging herds. A man divine alone howls his words. So, something I do on stage. Is it bless? It's not bless. I can tell you that much. I guess I'm solo now without Snell. I don't really know what to do. This whole time, I wish I knew I could enter this place. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let us depart. Because I still don't know what the Sphinx wants. Also, I did want to say as well that apparently Esoteric Ebb has a sale on Steam at the moment. So if you like the look of this game and want to play it for yourself, yeah, feel free to go on over there and have a check. Although if you're watching this in the past, I'm talking about right now, like as of like, what's the date? 6th of the 6th. So it's on sale right now. So hey, there's someone there. The fuck? I can't get to that person. So, let's have a look around. Tea shop, nothing. I'm trying to think of my next lead. I will explore the city without Snell for a while, though. Alright, can I do anything with the bike? No. Let's see you. I remember there was a familiar, like a kind of an imp-looking dude around here, and he must have disappeared. And it's only 1:30 in game time. Just checking where Snell is. Snell is there. And I'll go a bit further down. What's this place? R&A. This is just some random apartment. Yeah, that's Snell's place. That's where the... No point entering there. That's just back into the garden. Man, I don't really know how to really move forward. I gotta get to the city below, but I don't really have a way forward. Sometimes in this game, there are just things that kind of randomly fall on your lap, so... Oh, what the fuck? My screen just went black. That's strange. See what I do by reloading the game. That was weird. Don't know why I did that. There we go. Fucking weird. Yeah, I guess where's this go again? Water lane. Maybe there's something I could do with that halfling. The book guy. He waves a hand in front of him. Life is pain. Now what do you want? I want to inquire about this folk spirit. Imagine, if you will, the origin of our stories. All stories? Yes, all of them. As sentient folk, we clearly have these base ability to come up with random ideas and turn them into emotionally resonant tales. Tales that explore the condition of life itself and makes us feel many things. But any interesting thing happens if one were to study the core parts of these stories. That even if we look at stories crafted in entirely different bands, separate isolated tribes, or even in worlds outside Draw itself, there's overlap. Should I just let him speak? Just repeat the same last thing he said. That'll make you sound smart. Overlap? Indeed. Humans who live in the remote mountains of Im have the same repeated tropes in their foundational myths as humans in reeds. Same for halflings, the Stormbloods of Kargamesh, and the same variations as my people in Fordnip, despite being separated in esoteric evolution by at least 10 millennia. It's as if though every folk is haunted by a spirit, like an unconscious collective dream of concepts and ideas that follow us. Even why those separate folk originate from entirely different worlds. Could you imagine? Two folk arrive through two separate gates of Jaw. They are alien to one another, culturally, spiritually, biologically. Yet they share those core myths. That is what I am studying. Don't let him rant anymore, please. That is very interesting. Isn't it? Most importantly, it's provable. A unified soul of a people? What happens upon merger? How is it provable? Reproducibility, analysis. Cultures and folk who've had no contact with one another, even originating from different worlds, both have the same core myths, narrative traits, archetypes, repeated tropes. It's the same method used when uncovering ancient dead languages, using common denominators to narrow down similarities and differences. He adjusts his mustache. Now, there hasn't been that much of reproducibility yet from my peers. Is there a folks... I think I understand now. I think you got something cool cooking here. Oh, do you? He gives you a quick nod. I would not spend my old age here if I did not agree to, in some deep sense. Thank you for listening to my rant, cleric. What is love? Love! He lets out a frustrated groan. Pure calamity. Deadly and destructive, its nature is just perverted and foul. Because it is a complete surrender, without idealization. To love is to accept, without proof or demands or conditions, this complete surrender to another. Ridiculously risky. This guy's more fucked up than you are. Yeah, fuck love. Yeah, but it's worth it, right? Worth it? He slaps his knees. He takes in a deep breath, calming himself down before the punchline. Love is a completely unpredictable and dangerous encounter, and I have yet to meet a sentient folk which is not afflicted by it. And interestingly enough, I see no difference. It is universal. Elf love, halfling love, devil love. True love is always irrational. It is finding the perfect inside of the imperfect, and falling entirely into it, swallowed by it. Some folk might act out in different ways, depending on their communal nature or biological urges. But if you are one of the few who do not need it, good, be happy. If you are not, then good luck, and may the gods bless your soul. What are you voting for in the election? I'm a filthy Asgulus. Good choice. It is an acceptable choice. The green banner is flown in a strange context here in this Republican wet dream of ours. Asgulism is supposed to be about abolishing the entire system of hierarchy. That history is driven by economic struggles, specifically the clash between classes. Asgul's end goal is a classless, stateless society where everyone is equal. But looking at the Norvikian Asgulus, it's clear to me they long ago let this goal slip past. Look at them. They are shaking hands with the establishment, trying to find a peaceful solution, they say. Yeah. You want violent revolution? He frowns. Look, the hairy halfling mutters. Genuine change, true change, needs a truly revolutionary break with the existing order. There is no doubt about that. Incremental reforms, small changes within the capitalist system will always fail to address its fundamental contradictions and injustices. Boom! There you go. My time in Reeds made that clear to me. But always be wary of simplistic utopian visions. But it is a path covered in corpses that leads to such blind idealism. So I will vote for this social democratic compromise. This handshake with capital. Then I'll go home and piss myself and die, dreaming the next generation will have answers I do not. Any Asgalism is too much Asgalism. I hope the next generation votes for violent revolution, he grumbles. Do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. Not because these truly fascist regimes do not warrant death. Violence. Exactly. But because whatever force would be strong enough to dismantle them would be so powerful that we could never trust them to create a perfect realm without oppression. That's a pretty good take on it. I like that. Like how, yeah, the violence that would overthrow an already oppressive system, you would have to doubt if that violence could be trusted to reform a new society and a new state. Well, a new whatever, basically. Whatever society comes out of that violence. It reminds me of two things I've read about. So there's a book out there, I don't have it. I think it's just called Violence by a philosopher, last name is Balabar, I think their name is. And they talk about like the difference between like, you know, violence that we know about and mythic violence. That there's this idea that in history and in, well, pretty much within history, there are moments called like mythic violent events whereby the violence of a particular event in history is not really seen as violent as per the usual definition of the word, because the violence that is enacted is seen as mythic. It's seen as something that is instrumental for change. Therefore, it's not like a dirty thing. Like, it's not an aggressive thing. It's just something like, well, it needs to happen, you know, to make this thing happen. And, you know, also what Snur Appledent is talking about reminds me of that video that I watched. A very boring video, mind you, but it was a cool video that had Noam Chomsky, who I know is now a problematic person, and the French philosopher Michel Foucault, who talked, I think it was like an hour-long debate discussing like, you know, what kind of society would be ideal to break away from capitalism. And Noam Chomsky obviously was, you know, all about his like, you know, radical sort of like, what's the word? Syndicalist sort of workers thing. And then Michel Foucault was just like, yeah, that sounds great, man. But like, say you're, I'm doing the thing like, oh, that looks super sick, yes. It's the whole, Michel Foucault says like, yeah, that's great, but what if the society that comes out after this is like just as oppressive as the world before? Like, would there really be any change? I don't know, it's something that stuck with me. Not even Asgal could do that. And yes, even the revolutionary freestriders are fascists in a deep sense. How do you think they got their start? Through the coin of those who profited in the great suffering of old Dimenor, in the Coast War, in the grinding of flesh of humanity. Freestriderism is filthy opportunism, not republicanism. They are just arcanist regimes with a painted mask and slightly less horrific esoteric power in hand. Slightly. So what, we don't even try to bring about Asgal's dream? I don't know. I am an idiot. You figure it out. With a deep groan, he starts rubbing his hairy face. Workers unite in unionization and guild power. It is all well and good until it gets too loud. Make a bit too much noise, and the true powers quickly and efficiently drop this illusionary mask facade, the esoteric spell that tricks us into thinking they care, or that they are in any way Fulcarian. That reminds me. of the line from Disco Elysium of the deserter talking about how the mask falls away from capital whenever it needs to commit violence. As you can see, this game definitely wears its influence very... well, it's subtle, but there are moments where it comes through really strongly. Yeah, so what about you, Cleric? You're voting Asgalist, I presume? Yes, they have my vote. Terrible to hear, but why not, right? Now, for something else, before I start ranting about the suffragette movement. No, please, I really want you to go on about the suffragettes. A halfling wags a finger at you. You're a brave man, Cleric. Stop doing that, he can't even see it. When the first talks of an election began, it was the late Arcane era. About 30 years ago, in these early days, the suffragettes were mostly dwarven women. They had the backing of a few hardcore universal Asgalists, sects that had remained since the Great Project concluded. But when Earth died and talks of election grew loud, the dwarven women had a hard time getting through, both because of the less progressive Asgalists and, of course, the traditional cultural practices of the Earth folk. So the movement didn't kick into gear properly until, of course, human women decided to join. Oh boy, those are scary. Tell me about it! Mind you, this was almost after 2 decades of dwarven women pushing for universal suffrage. Within just a few years, with the voice of angry rich women yelling and writing and protesting, the palace patriarchy gave in. That's the history lesson, but here's the part I'm fucking furious over. What? Those rich women? Do you know what happened to them? He waves his hand. I'll tell you! Many of them are today's fascists! Can you believe it? They run an incredible campaign in order to get the right to vote, to break their chains of oppression, piss off the tyrannical men, smash the patriarchy, and so on, all to throw their lot in with the very same traditionalist ideology. An ideology that clearly wants to, well, of course, also, just not to have any voting going on at all, but specifically not allow women to vote. That's ridiculous. Why would they do that? I ask the same. Part of me thinks that has something to do with some type of opportunism. These are women whose time in the spotlight ended once they won the right to vote. Suddenly, their entire platform of activism disappeared overnight. But even still, why nationalists? Perhaps there is some, if you don't mind me speculating wildly, some type of perverse psychosexual thing going on here. Highly misogynistic statement. You should do better. Or just simply a question of class. It probably is. Yes, probably. There are mostly a group of rich people, and that would logically supersede their identity as women. If the rich human position in society is threatened, they have more to lose as rich than as women. It's a complex topic, and I don't have the fucking time to think about it, even though I want to desperately figure it out. But that is something I'm fascinated by, you know? The halfling rants about things he is trying to understand. He's able to capture an audience that way, clearly. His points are somewhere close to coherent. Anyway. Alright. Well, that was a unexpected rant from him. I did not know I was going to go down the comrade route with this guy. Personal questions. Please? Fine, keep your secrets, old man. That's all for now. Okay, so... honestly, I'm not too sure how to progress from here. I've got to find more time to, do things and get time to pass so that the nighttime stuff comes up and I can go into that Freestrider tavern. There's also this hag that I need to find. I don't know where to find the hag. The hag known as Lisa is a freelance worker for the Freestriders in Water Lane. Vera claims she does not know her location. So we know more about the elf. Still need to find Frank, son of Frank. He found a corpse near the rubble. Yep. I've completed that quest with her. I need to speak to the Valkyrie. You saw something that shook you with the Esoteric Ebb. Capital Dominion. I can only do that when I speak to Rick Spitter. Yep, I talked to that guy. Someone must have pushed you in, so I know... Yeah. There's not really much else for now that I can really do, so I think this is a good place to call it. So thank you very much for everyone that joined in. Thank you, Shodan, thank you, Lady of Chaos, for chatting tonight. And yeah, again, I will stream this again hopefully next weekend. It's been really good. Again, love this game. I'll say again, if you're interested in playing this game and want to do it for yourself, it's currently for sale on Steam. So if you want to check it out. Yeah, I don't know. I really do need to find out a little bit more. I need to find like a little bit of a hint as to like what I can do to move forward. Because I do feel a little bit stuck right now in this game. I do know, as I said, need to reach nighttime, but it feels like there's other things I could be doing. In that case, so thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope you all have a good night or day or whatever, wherever you are in the world. I'll be uploading this to my YouTube channel, Griffin Muffin. On that channel as well, I have some YouTube essays I did back in the day before kind of just life took over. Stuff on Disco Elysium, obviously, and other games like Pillars of Eternity, because I'm a nerd that loves games with lots of narrative in it and stuff like that. So, hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you all later.